Stop, human! What did I do this time? Stop! You violated the law. Pay the court fine or serve your sentence. Yeah, why can't I just pay a fine? Run, run, run as fast as we can, but oh wait, we can't because we're wearing an enviro suit. Running as fast as you can. Running. So yeah, that took us a while. But we've escaped, and I think we're gonna head off to a new planet now, which is very exciting. Classic game? Yes, I can't believe this is my first time playing it. It's so fun. And for 2003, completely vanilla. I don't have any mods installed. Except for the widescreen, actually. I have a widescreen mod, but no retextures or anything like that, and it's really smooth. I'm enjoying it a lot. Okay, back to Otto City. It was hell. The word you're looking for is hell. Yes, Bula is not a fan of sharks. We made it through though, Bula. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of us. We did it.
Returned. I was beginning to fear that you too might have been lost. Did you find out what had happened down there at the facility?
Your construction woke something up.
Something was down there? Living in the rift by the Kolto?
A gigantic Varaxan shark that drove all the Selkathing insane, since you asked. It was huge.
That's horrible. The entire operation wasted by a disaster we could never in 1,000 years have foreseen. What has happened to the facility itself? Were there any survivors?
A few scientists have survived.
Well, that's good to know. Good to know indeed. But what has happened to the facility? Was it damaged?
Damaged? Well, the harvesting machine was destroyed.
No, that is terrible. That will set our work back years. It may even cost us the war. While I am glad that you were able to solve our problems, the cost may have ended up being much too high. But you have done your job and helped us in our time of need. And for that, I thank you. Oh, and did you end up finding your star map?
Wait, we might cost them the war? Unintended consequences. Yes, I did.
As you can see, by helping us, you helped yourself. Perhaps we can work together again in the future.
Perhaps, perhaps. Ooh, we got 500 credits and 900 XP. Alright. Anything else that we can do around here? Oh yeah, we need to finish our missing Selkath quest. We discovered that the Sith were hiring mercenaries to lure their young Selkath into their base for some questionable purpose. More answers would seem to lie inside the Sith embassy. Maybe we should go back to Shayless, because we went to the Sith... Didn't we go to the Sith embassy? Yeah, I think that we already went there. And so we need to go back to Shayless, I think. Who was at some sort of cantina or something. We'll find them.
You
oh my gosh,
also might want to check out the cantina.
Yes, indeed. How do I get out of here? Help. Cutscene? What? What is happening? Stop, human! What did I do this time? We have detected a number of underwater detonations coming from the vicinity of the Hackert Rift. Dang it! I forgot to save! You have been known to have asked questions about this, and our spy monitors in the Republic Embassy recorded you leaving in a submersible that descended into the Hackert Rift. You will come with us immediately to answer for your actions, or we will be forced to take you by force. Dang it! Wait, I am having deja vu. This happened to us before, my friends. Stop! You violated the law. Pay the court fine or serve your sentence. Yeah, why can't I just pay a fine? Very well, I will come peacefully. We saved relatively recently, right? But if they can do that, the whole system could... Silence! This is not for outsiders to hear. Well, human, you find yourself in a most difficult situation. The Hackert Rift is the most precious resource of Manaan, and anything that threatens it or the Kolto it produces threatens our entire species. We will not tolerate threats to our neutrality, our existence, and our way of life. As much as we may admire your republic and your order in particular, I believe you will have a hard time explaining your role in this incident adequately. We have determined that you are responsible for the detonations that occurred near the Frackert Rift. We demand to know what occurred down there. If the Republic has broken its neutrality treaty with us, the repercussions shall be very grave indeed. What have you done to the rift? Oh no! Oh gosh, oh heck. This is fine. Can I pay you the fine directly? Cash, please. I will pay you in cash. Oh wait, we can force persuade? No, that's not gonna work. Nothing happened down at the rift. Dang it! Do not try to manipulate us with your powers, human. You have only one chance left to tell the truth. Ah, it was worth a try. I mean, we got this pretty cool new skill and everything. Okay, the explosions were at the research station. Both of our governments set up there. Research station? What are you talking about? Don't try to lie to us, human. Wait, what? They don't know about the research station? We know of this. What? It will be discussed later. This cannot be kept silent. The council will hear nothing of this, and you will keep your silence or be ejected from the court. But we cannot... Silence! Oh, there's some infighting. What has happened at the research station? What caused the explosions? Well, it was me. It was worth a try. Why can't I use my actual persuasion skill? Like, you know, we work so hard on our persuasion skill and we can never use it. So I thought I would go for it. Because we got the skill, you know? Liliana, I feel like, is chaotic good. Yeah. I feel like she would use her force powers if it would lead to the greater good, like her not being executed so that she can find the star maps and save the world. Or the universe, not the world. It was worth a try. Okay, what should we say? The machinery had woken up a giant Phyraxian shark. A giant Phyraxian? Could it be? Impossible, it's only a legend. Nessie! But she said she killed it, didn't she? You killed the shark, human? I destroyed the machinery to save it. The progenitor, it must have been. Be quiet, that is merely a myth, and not fit for outsiders to hear. But if it was the Lifebringer, the ancestor of our species, think of what this could mean. If it always laired there, then perhaps the Kolto. Enough! Off-worlders are not to hear of such things! But she said she saved it. She destroyed the harvesters to save it. Indeed, this casts your actions in a new light, human. Hey! This, I believe, will require more thought, both on your actions and what we must do in response. This court will adjourn while we deliberate. Gavel, gavel, gavel. I'm not stressed! Not at all. We have reviewed your actions and the situation, human. We thank you for the destruction of the machinery and saving the giant Phyraxian, which we believe is the source of our Kolto, or at least its guardian. We will not detain you any longer. While we cannot show our gratitude overtly, know that you have earned our respect. This trial is now over! Good thing we didn't kill the shark, hey? Whew! Whew! That was stressful. I'm curious to see what would happen if we killed the shark instead. Okay, we made it out of that. Whew! Just scraped by. I think this is where we got that quest. No. Maybe? Mercenary? Yes, Shayless! Human, you return. Have you information for me? Have you discovered the fate of the missing Selkath youth? Have you news of my daughter Shasa? Oh no. I have information for you, Shayless. Excellent. You have done well. What have you learned? The Sith hired an Iridorian mercenary to lure the Selkath youth to the Sith base. I see. This information is useful for a start, but it does little to explain the truth of this matter. We must know what purpose the Sith have for these youth. Are they prisoners of the Sith? Are they even still alive? I must know more, human. I must know what has happened to my daughter. The Sith are training the Selkath youth in the ways of the Dark Jedi. Yes, this makes sense. It's a wonder I did not see this before. Manaan's greatest strength is our neutrality. If Malak brainwashes our youth and indoctrinates them in the ways of the Sith, he will have a strong following among the Selkath people, strong enough to seize control of Manaan and our Kolto. My daughter, Shasa, she too has been indoctrinated into the Sith camp. Wait, I can't remember. I think we convinced her? Yeah, I think we did, because we had evidence. Yeah, I think it was the situation where we had found a dead, or Selkath who was dying, that said, please tell Shasa about me and give her this or whatever, and we did that, and then she was convinced. Yeah, I think that's right. I've convinced your daughter to turn her back on the Sith ways. Human, if you speak the truth, I am forever in your debt. And yet my joy is tempered by the knowledge that the Sith still walk freely about Manaan. Hopefully this testimony, the testimony of my daughter, will be enough proof of their actions to make the Otto City authorities take action. I hope so. You have done much for me, human. Here are the credits I promised you. I only wish I had more to give. Thank you, Shayless.
This is how we Jedi should always act. With honor.
Aww. Please excuse me now, human. I must go speak to the Manaan authorities about the Sith plot, and what they have done to my beloved daughter. Okay, glad to be of service. Yay! 500 credits! Love it! Return to the Ebon Hawk. Let's talk to our companions! Yay! Gizka. Gizka is most important. Hello, Gizka. Pick it up. We're holding the Gizka! You try to pick up the Gizka, but it wriggles! And plops back down on the floor. Aww. Pet him. Pet the Gizka. You scratch the little critter behind its nubs that pass for ears, and it coos enthusiastically in response. Oh my gosh. Play a game with the Gizka. This brings me so much joy. You play a game of peekaboo with the little creature, hiding your face behind your hands and startling it each time you appear. What fun! The Gizka looks at you curiously, cooing. Now can I pick you up? Come and give me a little cuddle. Aww. No cuddles for Liliana. Okay, goodbye. Canderous, how are you? But I hate sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating. I mean, hello, look at the title of the stream. I love Anakin's dialogue. It gives me great joy. Can you give me some of those adrenal stimulants? I hear you have some that you're selling on the side there. Okay. Okay, nothing for now.
Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
HK, tell me something good, friend.
HK-47 is ready to serve, Master.
Perfect. You don't need to call me Master, you know?
Query. Don't I? I was under the assumption that organic meat bags such as yourself enjoyed such forms of address.
Organic meat bags?
Retraction. Did I say that out loud? I apologize, Master. While you are a meat bag, I suppose I should not call you such.
Amazing! I would hope not.
Amendment. Then I will endeavor not to refer to you by your meat bag status in the future, Master. Does that suffice?
Just stop calling me Master.
Apology. I am afraid I cannot comply with your command, Master, as much as I would like to.
Why not?
Explanation. Someone has hard-coded it into my system that my current Master always be addressed as such.
Who did that?
Conjecture. I do not know. Some organic meat bag?
Well, maybe I can fix that.
Objection. I would not advise that, Master. There are safeguards present that, well, it should suffice to say that my systems have been altered plenty already.
Oh dear. Your systems have been tampered with?
Answer. Considerably.
Oh no.
Several of my systems do not match their embedded parameters. I have no memory of such alterations, however, or their purpose.
What sorts of safeguards?
Answer. Electrical protection systems mostly. They are at lethal levels, however, Master. Only the best for your droid.
Oh my gosh, who did that?
Conjecture.
Okay.
I do not know.
Another
Some
meat
organic
bag. You don't know?
Answer. No, Master.
Okay.
My past memory has been almost completely erased prior to your purchase of.
That's so sad. Almost completely?
Observation. At certain times, power rerouting forces some memory circuits to fire that were previously deleted. I cannot control this process, however.
So why can't you control this process?
Answer. Because there has been considerable tampering with my systems, Master.
Well, let me know if you remember anything then.
Statement. I will endeavor to do so, Master.
I love that. I will endeavor to do so. Yitska! Hello! They're so cute and they're everywhere. Juhani, talk to me, girl. I'm hoping we can have some sort of romance starting, because I feel like there's been no. There was that weird awkward flirting with Karth. I feel like I'm kind of between Karth and Juhani now. They seem like the only options. Okay, Juhani, hello.
Yes. What is it?
Is something wrong?
I have been bothered by something of late.
What is it?
I never told you where I came from, did I? Where I grew up as a child? I suppose I was trying to deny what I was feeling.
Are you hitting on me? Karth is too whiny. Karth is so whiny. But I saw a glimmer of hope during our last conversation. He started to open up a little more and get beyond the... It was like the first non-whiny conversation that we had. And I was like, oh, he's just got some emotional damage, you know? And she does too, but she is like dealing with it a little bit better than he is. What?
I have been wrestling with my feelings inside. Trying to come to terms with it. But I find I cannot. I must have someone to blame. Someone to blame for the destruction of my homeworld. Someone who is responsible for the death of everyone I have ever known, except those on Dantooine.
What are you saying?
Taris. It was Taris that the Sith destroyed to try to kill you and your precious Bastilla. Taris, my homeworld.
No! Oh no! I'm sorry, Juhani. I didn't know.
If it were not for you and Bastilla, the Sith would have never had reason to destroy that world. It was your fault for being there, and your fault for rescuing Bastilla. Without your intervention, the Sith would have had no cause to lay waste to my childhood.
What?
Just let me vent my anger. I need someone to blame. Something. Anything. I hated that world. Yet everything I learned as a child, I learned there. It is as much a part of me as the air I breathe. I have this ache inside me, where all my childhood memories lay, and I find your face there with them. If it was not for you, that world would still exist.
Okay, a romance with her is looking a little less likely. I'm sorry, Juhani. There was no way to prevent it.
I know. I suppose I realized that. But it is so hard to lose your entire past. You would not understand.
You're right, I don't.
I suppose that is to be expected. Everything will turn out for the best, as long as we remain focused on our task. I am sorry. I will try not to distract you in the future with my trivial experiences. We should
What?
stop for now.
Is she mad? I thought that was the better response. You're not supposed to say you understand someone who's going through emotional trauma that you can't possibly understand. It's like rule number 1.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
I was wondering if we could talk about
What is
us.
it you would like to speak to me about?
What are you thinking about?
Taris was my home for many years. As much as I hated it, it was still home. A rat hole, a warren, a paradise. I suppose you could call it all these things. For me, it was hell.
How so?
To walk down the streets, to have people look at you in disgust, like an animal. Most did not know anything about me, but it was there, all the same. Because I was an alien. Because I was different from them. Frightening. I doubt any of them had even seen my people before. So they persecuted me. They looked down on me and my family. Charged us more for food. Would not let us walk their streets. They spat on us. You are human. You could not possibly know.
This is horrifying! Humans can be just as cruel to each other.
That is true, I suppose. But but it is much more obvious for someone like me. There were no other KOTOR on Terrace. No one to talk to, no one to confide in. But you must think me weak for saying this. But I am strong enough to admit it.
You're not weak, Juhani. It must have been hard.
I thank you for your concern, but maybe I am weak. To think that some stories of my stupid past could possibly interest you.
What? Flirting attempted, critical fail. Indeed. Indeed. No, it's all right. I'll be here to listen to you whenever you want.
I thank you. You are kinder than I would have expected to put up with me using you in this way. I hope that I will not use your time so badly in the future. Thank you.
You can use me anytime. Okay, let's go talk to Garth. Where is he? Karth! Okay, Karth. Can you compete with that emotional drama?
Yes, what's on your mind?
Tell me why you want revenge on Saul so badly.
I already told you, he betrayed us all.
It just seems to be more personal than that is all.
Well, there is more to it. I'm sure you don't want to hear about it.
I do, if that's alright with you.
It's just that I don't talk about it very much, okay? I told you about my homeworld, Telos. 4 years ago, Saul led the Sith fleet there and demanded its surrender. The planet refused, and Saul proceeded to devastate its entire surface. Millions died. I had a wife and a son on Telos. I thought they would be safe there, but my task force arrived too late to be of much help. We didn't have enough medical supplies. The colony was burning and the dying were everywhere. I remember holding my wife and screaming for the medics, but they didn't come in time.
Oh my god, what? That's horrifying! That's terrible. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Of course not. How could you? I had nothing left after that, really. I devoted myself to the fleet. Hunting Saul was my only purpose. I miss them. And I know killing Saul won't bring them back. And it won't make me happy again, but I have to do it. I don't expect you to understand, but I have to pay him back for what he's done. I have to. It's all I have left.
Oh my gosh. Okay, he earned some points there. Tragic backstory, check. Redemption, or like a vengeance for his wife and child, check. Hasn't been very whiny, and maybe he deserves, maybe I give him a hard time for being so whiny. He's had a rough time. What I'm hearing is, he's single. That's the thirsty spirit. Maybe yeah, I think he needs a therapist first before we get into it, but. So what was she like, your wife? Does she look like me? Oh my gosh. Wait, we could be so mean to everybody. I hate that. Should we ask him about his wife? What was she like, your wife?
She had courage, and she was stubborn. A little bit like you in that respect. Never talk her out of anything once she put her mind to it. And she hated it when I signed back onto the fleet at the start of the war. I had planned on leaving soon to join her.
Oh. So what happened to your son? You didn't say.
His name was Dustle, and I don't know what happened to him. The colony was a complete ruin, and we never found any trace of him. I made inquiries and followed the reports from Telos for years, but I stopped. Anyway, that's the story, for what it's worth.
Thank you for telling me.
I've never talked about it before to anyone. Suppose it's time I finally did.
That was so touching! Okay. Karth. Maybe we can find his son. Dustle?
How can I help?
You're curious about something?
Am I so transparent? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised considering our bond. Yes, there is something I would like to ask if you'll permit it.
Do I have a choice? No. We'll be polite. We'll be polite with her. We do have to work with her after all. She's on our Jedi lady crew. Go ahead.
In our time together, I've been watching you. You are a true servant of the light. You follow the tenets of the Jedi Order despite the lure of the dark side. And with so little training, for me it has always been a constant battle. Don't you find it difficult at all? You make it seem so easy. Or is that only an illusion?
An illusion? I just do what I think is right.
And that's enough for you. If only it were as easy for me. If only the right path was always clear. I've always struggled for control over my passions. I've always been too quick to anger, too quick to get involved. My instructors constantly berated me for it. I've often dreamed that I might be able to confront Darth Malak myself. I dream I can use all this power I have to kill him and stop all the death and destruction. I just think about all the evil that the Sith have caused, and I get so furious. Yet we are told that these feelings are the path to the dark side.
Oh, Bastila's opening up too! Oh, I love this! Ugh, number 3 is so lawful. I feel like Leliana isn't quite that lawful. I think destroying that evil will be worth it.
But what comes next? After using all that power, would you decide to impose your own view on the universe? The dark side corrupts your very thoughts. The very thought that I could become as evil as Malak. I just can't fathom it. It just doesn't seem possible. I mean, how could I... No. Wait, I'm sorry. I shouldn't even be asking you this. The Jedi teachings are clear. Who am I to question them? And even worse, who am I to try and make you question them?
Questioning is good! Ask the questions! That's how we learn and become better. What?
These are dangerous thoughts. The indulgence of a vain mind. Please, forget I ever mentioned this. Let's just return to our mission.
No! Bastila! Oh, we need to talk to Mission! What am I doing? Is there something you want? Have anything more to say about yourself, Zalbar? I will honor my life debt, but I don't feel we share more than that. Mission may say more, but I will not. Then I will leave you be. Thank you. Okay, same as last time. Where's Mission at? Here, maybe? Oh, Mission! There you are.
Hey there, what can I do for you?
I want to talk to you about your brother.
I'm sorry for the way I acted before. It's just that when it comes to Lena, I tend to get a little worked up.
I can't remember who Lena is, to be completely honest. Why do you hate her so much?
My brother and me had a good thing going. Sure, Griff had his run-ins with the law on Terrace, but we got by okay, until Lena came and ruined everything.
Classic
She was
Lena.
a dancer at the cantina where my brother used to go play Pazik. Griff could be a real smooth talker, and it wasn't long before the two of them were dating. But Lena was used to dating rich Teresian nobles, guys with mountains of credits.
Of course.
Griff could never give her the lifestyle she was used to, no matter how hard he worked.
Did Lena dump him?
I thought Lena would brush Griff off when she saw how poor he was, but for some reason, she stuck around. I guess she saw the potential for a big payday down the road.
Maybe she actually liked Griff.
I saw Lena for what she really was, a busty, credit-grubbing cantina rat. She used Griff and took away the only family I had. After they'd been together for a few months, Griff told me he was leaving Terrace. He and Lena were going to try and make their fortune off-world. He promised as soon as he made enough credits he'd come back and get me, and we'd all live like royalty. That was 2 years ago. I haven't seen him since. I don't even know where he went.
That is really sad. Let's just remember that this character is 14. 1-4.